there's confusion and then there's discernment. And confusion in this is so primal because, we were born in this and we lost it. And then we became confused. And because we lost our connection to this, to the natural state, to the natural way of being. So confusion is a big thing. And what dispels confusion is discernment as to what happened, what went wrong, or where is that natural state now? So discernment, I think, this is what we're doing with inquiry. We're trying to discern what is going on. But the one that's discerning, as you know, is the choiceless awareness. It's the one that is not guided by the needs and strategies of personality. If it is, that you're just making more mess and more confusion. And it's just the personality coming in a different way. But with choiceless awareness, it doesn't have those allegiances. It just wants to find out the truth of what is going on. And that's out there and that's in here. Like what motivation made me pick on that person or whatever it is, and that has to be relentless. Like nothing will stop you, admit whatever it is.
Yeah, but that's why I think it's really critical to have that laser pointed towards ourselves, because it's, trying to find out like what's true about other people. I mean, that's part of it, but if it excludes you, I think that's kind of a red flag that it's personality, like just trying to be superior or, be safe or, I just think there's all these other motivations that come in that will probably, I think, probably the litmus test of that is, are you turning it on yourself? If you're not turning on yourself, then you're probably, I mean,
not even probably. I mean, if you're not looking at this, whatever it is that's living your life, you're not doing this. So it's just personality. It starts here. You understand yourself, or you can start understanding other people,
Yeah, it doesn't exclude seeing other people, but if it's just
but it leads to it.
I can see what's true about everyone else. I'm obviously fine, but you're all a bunch of phonies. Yeah.
Seeing lowercase s could be the personality seeing.
And
seeing its dream and acting accordingly, but seeing the reason it's got the capital S and the way I use it is to point to the fact that this is seeing beyond personality, and that would be discernment.
Does Krishnamurti use choiceless awareness in the same way?
Perhaps the difference with the way I use it is relating it to personality. I think that helps clarify. So I'm going to read from the book how I put it in the definition there. Perception that sees with absolute clarity because there's no personality involved, selecting what awareness falls on or whether it's turned on or off. We all start our life with choiceless awareness. It's one of the 4 attributes of being. So I think it can be a kind of a nebulous concept, but in this way it almost helps pin down what it is. If you know what I mean, or Gurdjieff means, or Jean Klein means by personality, then this is a way of clarifying. It's the personality has its dream, and by dream I mean it sees the world according to itself, and the personality has its own strategies and all sorts of desires, and we see life according to that personality until you see through personality. And so choiceless awareness is seeing life, but not through that filter.
I could see that, describing that as just awareness. Why is the word choiceless so important?
It partly comes from, the personality choosing what it becomes aware of, because it only wants to be aware of things that suits it. But when you say choiceless, you're saying, I'm not going to edit. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to look at that, because that confronts me a bit, and I don't really want to look at that part of myself. That's the real choiceless bit.
Yeah, that's good. Because I mean, I guess awareness could just be enough, but I guess we need the word choiceless there to kind of point out that it's that
Yeah,
it's
okay.
not something. Yeah, choiceless is saying it's awareness without this other thing. That's
Yeah.
and I see it as like, without avoiding anything, without filtering anything. It's just
Yeah.
seeing life as it is, period.
Yeah, so
But yeah,
to help, in a way, another kind of reflection on what it is, choiceless awareness, it would be good to read out, you know, what I call personality awareness. So that's the counterpoint to it. That's the context for it. So personality awareness, perception that is governed by the personality. Unlike choiceless awareness, it can be turned on or off, i.e., it is personal. If we don't want to feel something, we can distance ourselves from our experience by cutting off from our feelings. If we don't want to see something, we can look away from it. So that's the context that makes choices make sense, I think. Yeah. And if you don't have choices awareness, or if this will never work. It will never work because you won't see through personality, and it has to be relentless. And if it's not relentless, it's not choiceless. So it's not, then it becomes personality awareness then. So what that means practically is you have to be willing to see anything about this system, what the personality, what it's doing, what it's living, what its beliefs are, what its horrible emotions are, whatever. However distasteful or perhaps against our image of ourselves it is, or what we want to look like publicly or whatever. It's vital. Without that, forget it. Forget it. It's not going to work.
So, Jez, would you say without personality being engaged in running the show, that choiceless awareness is always there?
Yeah.
It seems like how that's how you relate to us. Certainly, I've noticed that in our individual meetings that you're so perceptive and spot on. It's like choiceless awareness is just totally engaged, like all the time when personality's not present, right? That's
Yeah, I would say that's true, but I would add a little thing to that, which is that it doesn't mean you're always seeing everything. You know, I can miss things. I could not be aware of things, but it's not because I'm not willing to see it. That's the difference. It's like maybe I'm not ready to see something, or it's not because my personality is saying don't go down the road. Gates are open to see anything, but it may not be the right time for me to see something yet, But in general, yeah, I feel that's how you live, yeah, in this. I'm willing to see anything. Yeah, it's like a limit is taken off. But it doesn't mean I see everything. I miss things as well. I mean, you're not, that would cross a line into the Indian idea of enlightenment and perfection, which is not what this is. But let's be honest about what it is. There is a great clarity that can come with this because of that limit being taken off. There is. That is a wonderful thing as well.
Do you ever get overwhelmed by it? Like too much seeing in one?
What a good question. I mean, some things you have to see are hard to see. Yeah. And that's when you're most tested. It's like, are you still willing to see this? So it doesn't take away the fact that some things that the light of choiceless awareness falls on aren't hard to see, and also not what you want to see. You can have preferences. It doesn't mean it's always to your liking, I suppose. But this goes beyond to your liking. Yeah, I think that's a big point, actually. It's not really what you necessarily want. It's trumped by the fact that you do want the truth. So your particular preference is trumped by, okay, if it's not like that, show me how it is,